Okay, here we go. I'm going to do another video. This one's Last Remains, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 55. This is a very cool cover. This one was won by KTitus. He lives in Japan, the land of the rising sun. He'll be getting this as soon as I can get it out to him. This is really cool. Plus, I got some other stuff for you, buddy. I'm going to be sending soon. All right, here we go. Let's get into this one, see what this is about. I never read these stories, and I can't find my spare, so I'm going to be very careful with this one. I can't find any other copies of them because I got so many books put over on the side. So I have to just use this one. But I'll be very careful. If anything's wrong with it, I'll get you another one. But okay, now we got Contest of Champions. Join the greatest battles in Marvel history. That's really cool. You see, now we got just a story like this. Peter Parker and everything. Bitten by a radioactive spider, gain the powers of proportional speed, strength, and agility of a spider. Adhesive fingertips and toes. And the unique precognitive awareness of danger called spider sense. Look at The Amazing Spider-Man, Last Remains, Part 6. This is going to have a little synopsis of it. Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, has revealed Kindred's identity. It's none other than Norman's son and Peter's old friend, Harry Osborn. Harry has been tormenting his pal as punishment for Peter's sins. The quotes around it. Chief among them, his failure to stop Norman himself. Peter tried to appeal to Harry's humanity. When that failed, they fought. Spider-Man was no match for Kindred, who proved his mastery over life and death by killing and reviving Peter over and over again. Finally, after resurrecting Peter one more time, Kindred teased the next phase of his plan, and it involves Mary Jane. Meanwhile, Peter's spider friends, calling themselves the Order of the Web, have been seeking a way to help him. Their research brought them to the Osborn family cemetery, where they fought a Moreland-sized sin-eater. When the dust settled, they were dragged underground by Kindred's centipedes. Oh man, that sounds pretty scary. This came out in February 2021. So it's usually a few months ahead. So it might have been December. Okay, that's that. Let's turn the page, see what's going on. Okay, we got some cool artwork. I never understood this, Pete. It could be a nasty voice. You've always been such a loner. You refused to work with anyone else. Always found a way to burn the bridge. But then one day, suddenly you were surrounded by all these others wearing your symbol, sharing your name. It just seemed so unlike you, until I realized what you were trying to do. If poor little orphan boy Peter Parker couldn't have won, at least Spider-Man would, right? Man. Okay, look at this. These are all, this is Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Silk, Miles Morales, Spider-Woman again. And I'm not sure who that is. Wow. Oh, look at this. 2-page spread. Wow. A family. Wow. Harry, please, stop. They've got nothing to do with this. Oh, I disagree, Pete. I think they have everything to do with it. They're a symptom of the larger problem. Your selfishness. What? Some of them are children, for God's sake. He's crazy. You know everyone that gets tangled up in your web dies, and yet you don't stop drawing them in. Nothing ever changes with you, Pete. I mean, look at this. I brought you here to have dinner with the dead. And now, here we are again. Man, it's sick. But it has to end somewhere, old pal. So shall we eat? Just get it over with. Look at the layout of this page. Wow. great art. This Patrick Gleason, did he do the? Yes, he did the artwork and yeah, the cover. Very cool. And now he's writing one of the latest books he's doing. He's writing it, so it looks good. And now we got Spider-Gwen sitting on a chair here. This cello skulls and bones. Is that real or he just made? Oh my goodness, that's not paper mache. I don't think. Man, I'm sorry, Gwen. What was that? If you're gonna kill us, kill us. But spare us the speech about how it's all about him. None of us asked him for a permission slip. You, on the other hand... Ooh. You seem pretty obsessed. You know, maybe it's my unique perspective, but you actually don't remind me of her much at all. There is one thing, though, that rings a bell. Have you noticed how he keeps staring off past you? Past all of you? Ha! Just like the old days, Pete. That looks like Tobey Maguire. Wow. Now we have Build the Universe in You. Lego. It's not Lego my ego, it's Legos. Explore Lego Adventures. That's cool. Adventures Tower. Uh-oh, now we got, looks like Mary Jane. You always had one eye on her. Wow. He's smiling. She's coming, creeping up the steps. Sneaking in there, trying to get in there to see what's going on. Man. Universal Orlando Resort. Oh, that looks spooky. Mausoleum. MJ, no! Get out of here! Nonsense, Pete. MJ, don't listen to him. Please. Do come in. You don't know how much it warms my cold, dead heart. To have us all finally together again. I'm glad to hear it. Harry. Ha. So you know, then. Well, that's for the best, I suppose. Come on, have a seat. You don't know how excited I am to catch up. The stories I could tell. Harry, I don't think... Oh, give it a rest. Do it for an old friend. Oh, Pete's getting mad. He's breaking his bonds. Get away from her! Wow. Crunch. Is that the face? He just crushed his face in. Man. Then look at he's throwing a thwip. All the maggots and everything else. Man, oh man. Punched him in the face. Ka-cham! He's standing on a coffin and he whipped him back. Slammed him in the wall. And from the other things, it looks like he's... The way Osborn is, he's more powerful than he is. He just got mad, though. I mean, he took out the Kingpin, but obviously he's more powerful than the Kingpin, because I still got to do that read-through as well, because Spider-Man's powerful. Wow. Nice layout there. Oh, Black Knight #1. That was a good story. Knight takes King. King in Black. Kind of a letdown, but I'm going to have to do a read-through of that. Enough! Uh-oh. Maggots and maggots and more maggots. How many times do I have to kill you before you accept it? You don't have a chance, Pete. Then again, maybe making her watch will help. Stop! Oh, he's sick looking. Wow. Stop. You want to have dinner, Harry? Let's have dinner. I appreciate that, MJ. I really do. I'm just not sure Pete is feeling up for it. Nonsense. Come on, Tiger. Like the man said, have a seat. Nope, she's planning something. He's not too happy. Wonderful. Just like Norman there. She's in. She's in. And then she said, how about paying some attention to the star? We had some good times back then, didn't we? I wish you could all have seen him back in those days. All of us, really. We had the whole world in front of us. Pete was going to be a great scientist. I was going to inherit my family's empire, and you, MJ, you were going to be famous. And sitting there in that crowd that night, watching you on stage, I believe it was going to happen for all of us. You were a hit in your first big break. Pete had just accepted a job with my father. Oh, man. But then there was me. I suppose that night was really when it all started to go wrong for me, wasn't it? I should have known. You see, Pete and Gwen, the real Gwen, had broken up. She was in Europe. It was very complicated. But as soon as Pete was back in town, MJ was done with me. That's not true, Harry. Oh, please, it was always obvious with the two of you. Unreal. You can't possibly still be blaming me for this. It wasn't true, but even if it had been, we were kids. Plenty of us deal with heartbreak. We don't all collapse like you did. But then I guess the great Harry Osborn wasn't used to not getting everything he wanted. Oh, he don't like that. Peter! You don't feel like playing around, I can see that. It's okay, MJ. He needs to hear this. Because no matter what he plans to do, I can't stop him, right? So maybe I can at least save us from his self-pity. You want to ponder what might have been, Hare? Fine. But don't forget who got you to that hospital that night. And not for the last time. You're right, Pete. I guess I just can't help wondering where it all went wrong. Like that night when you called the doctor, who showed up at the window, but dear old Dad. The Green Goblin. This back in ASM 970, or 97. Wow, that was a while ago. He don't like hearing it. Looks like his dad, too. Of course I didn't know any of that at the time. I was unconscious, and even if I hadn't been, I didn't know the truth about him and what he'd become. But you did, didn't you? You knew and you kept it from me. I was trying to protect you. I knew it would devastate you. You worshipped him. He was my father. I had a right to know. It was my family, not yours. I could have gotten him help. You just let him walk free. He's smashing everything. You see, he's going to blame his friend, but not his dad. He's not going to blame his dad for it. His dad was crazy. I didn't know he was still a threat. He had suffered amnesia after our last fight. He didn't even remember he was the Goblin. There we are. There's the lie. You let him go because of amnesia. Yeah, Pete, that's right. But not because he didn't remember who he was. It was because he didn't remember who you were. ASM number 40 again. No. Yes, sometimes we don't even remember the lies. You had to keep your secret. So instead of an institution or his family keeping watch over him, you left us all to the whims of his mind. If you had done that, If you had done what was right then, where would we have been a few months later instead of Europe? Wow. Instead of the bridge. Oh, that's Gwen there. Wow. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that simple. It was. Your selfishness, your fear, and she paid the price. We all did. Just like they're all about to now. I'm going in. No, that's the Green Goblin. That's Dad. Avengers ad. I picked up some of these at half-price books just to see what the story is. Time to end this. No! Man. None of this adds up. Holding a grudge about some mistake I have made years ago, agonizing over some college breakup. The Harry Osborn I knew moved past all this, but his own life, built his own life, started his own family. This can't be it. This can't be what you want me to confess to. No, of course not, Pete. You know this runs much deeper than that. So what, then? Just tell me and I'll say it. Whatever I did, however I wronged you, I'm sorry. Whatever caused you to turn yourself into this? Turn myself? Man. You, crack, did this to me. Crunch, wow. Yes, to friends and a brand new day. He doesn't remember. You see that? Don't you? As angry as he is, he would say anything right now to save all of us. So please, don't do this. Oh, man. You know, on the way here, I was thinking about that night before you went away. You were dressed as the Goblin. You'd been terrorizing us for weeks. You grabbed me and flew me up to the bridge. I was scared out of my mind, but then you said something to me. Do you remember? I'd never hurt you, never. You're my friend, one of the dearest friends I've ever had, and I believed you, Harry. I still believe you. MJ, you don't understand. I'm not the one doing this. I'm not the one who's going to hurt you. He is. You couldn't see it that night, and you still can't. He's death. Death. For all of us. There's so much I wish I could explain to you, but know this. It has to end now. Then end it here. With me. MJ. No. Listen to me. You wanted some confession out of him, but I owe you one too. Yeah, I owe you one. I wasn't always the friend to you I should have been back in those days. I was dealing with a lot, but if that played a part in how we got here, I should be the one to take the responsibility. No. Come on, Harry. What would get through to him more than losing me? Just spare him and the others. You used to always talk about your legacy. Well, isn't that part of that? Taking away someone he loves? Isn't this simpler, cleaner? Oh, Mary Jane. Just promise me it ends with me. He can't, girl. It's not his choice to make. Ooh. Now we got all the Stormbreakers here. Very cool. Doing a lot of comic books.
That's enough fun for now, boy.
Uh-oh, Dad's arrived.
No, not now, Norman, and not like this. Oh, that's right. You wanted me hobbled, made weak by that servant of yours before you'd have the courage to face me. You always were a coward. No, wow. Did you think I wouldn't be prepared for your magic trick after that first visit you made to Ravencroft? No, that's impossible. Poor Harry, trying to take the easy way out yet again.
In ASM number 831.
Well, I suppose that's what I get for coddling you. Now let them go.
No, I have to do this. Besides, what do you care? You hate them all.
I care because they're mine.
Ooh. Gwenem versus Carnage. More King in Black. Oh my goodness, explosion.
MJ!
Wow. Now more King in Black, Return of the Valkyries. Some of those stories were really good. I said, but now we go back to this.
What have you done? What you never would have had the guts to do.
It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Oh, come on. She was a lovely girl, yes, but she was even better as bait.
No, you ruined everything. I'll kill you.
Let's see you try, boy. Show me how powerful you've become. Come on, now.
Now, Fisk, now. Begin. Uh-oh. Rumbles, rumbles, rumbles.
What is this? The darkness.
MJ.
Shh. Don't worry. You're not getting rid of me that easy, Tiger. It's gonna be okay. Trust me.
Okay. Well, then we got the next book coming up. They look wild. Then we got Mandalorian. Soundtrack. Build the universe in you. That's cool. More Legos. All right. That's for that. I'm going to put this away. Get it ready for sending in the mail. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great day. And KTitus, you're going to get this cool book. All right. Thank you for supporting me, buddy. You guys and everybody else. You guys have a great day, and Collector Dude is out.